Hello everyone, welcome back to Storytime. We are still reading Ninja Nan Strikes Again by Annaliese Matheron, and Annaliese is a local author who has very kindly said that we can read her stories. So Kieran is still acting very strangely. Don't like it. He's normally a bit mean, a bit nasty to his brother, and he's playing Scrabble with him and coming up with some really good words. Anyway, we've got chapter 9 now. This is called Foreign Friends, and I hope we find out what's going on, because it's a bit suspicious. Ben was fuming. He never lost to Kieran at Scrabble. Never. But Kieran had whipped his butt. He'd won by almost 200 points. Not even Ben had ever won with such a big margin. As promised, Nan had Kieran washing the windows. Ben decided to go out and help. Well, pretend to, really. He was going to try and pump Kieran for some information. So, Kieran, did you enjoy the fun fair the other day? Ben asked as he pulled the window squeegee from the bucket of soapy water and passed it to Kieran, who was standing up the ladder. Yeah, it was good fun, Kieran said, wiping the squeegee over the window. What was your favourite ride? Ben asked. The nausea whirl. It was really exciting. It went up and down and round and back and forth. I felt really sick afterwards, Kieran said with a smile on his face as he remembered the sickening and yet enjoyable experience. Did you like the haunted house ride? Ben asked. Kieran stopped mid-sweep of the squeegee. What haunted house ride? He asked. Don't you remember? It was right at the back of the fair. It looked really scary and inside there was a weird green light and a strange thumping noise. Kieran's eyes glazed over as he listened to Ben's description. Then he snapped out of it. No, I don't remember any haunted house ride, he said with a smile as he finished the window and passed the squeegee back to Ben. And I'm quite sure I wouldn't have gone on anything really scary anyway, Kieran said, giving a little shudder as he moved the ladder to the next window while Ben thought about what Kieran had said. Did you see anyone at the fair? Sorry, I'll do that again. Did you see anyone you knew at the fair? Like Donna, maybe? Ben asked. It was a long shot, but maybe Grandad was right. All this might be over a girl. After all, she had told him he needed to grow up. Kieran took the sponge from the bucket, dripping soapy suds all over his shiny shoes. No, I didn't see anyone I knew, Kieran said, but Aunt Gertrude did. I can't remember his name, but he was a foreign gentleman. I don't know where he was from, but he had an accent. Eastern European, maybe. And Aunt Gertie chatted with him? Yes, I think he was a doctor, because when I didn't feel too well, he checked me over and gave me some medicine. Not that it did much good. Do you remember what he looked like? Ben asked. Not really. It's all a bit foggy, Kieran replied. Wait here, Ben said, as he ran inside to get his backpack. He suddenly remembered the camera and the picture of the guy on the haunted house ride. He had an accent. Maybe he was the one Aunt G had spoken with. Ben came out of the room he and Kieran were sharing and noticed that Auntie Gertrude was in her room. The door was open a crack. Ben stealthily walked across the landing, avoiding all the creaky floorboards. As he looked inside the pink powder puff room, he saw an open suitcase on the bed. Aunt Gertie was emptying the contents of the chest of drawers into it. She wasn't even folding the clothes. She was just chucking them all in. She picked up a pair of shoes and threw them in too. Then her mobile phone rang. Aunt G snapped up the phone. Okay, there's a Russian word here, and I don't know how to say it. Zdravstvuj? Nope, that's probably wrong. Anyway, this Russian word. She said, Russian. Ben knew that it meant hello in Russian. Oh, can anybody tell me how to say that then? How to say hello in Russian? I need some help. That's very confusing. I am sorry. Ben knew that meant hello in Russian. Hadn't Mrs. Gillespie said that Aunt G had worked in Russia? Ben thought hard. Yes, he was sure she had. She watched as she filled up the case while she continued her conversation. Ben had a sinking suspicion that Aunt G wasn't playing on the same side as everyone else. She'd defected, and she was obviously planning to run away. Ben crept back downstairs. On the hall table, he found Aunt Gertie's car keys and pocketed them. Then he thought, that might not stop her. She's an evil spy after all. She'll probably just hotwire the car. Ben reached into his backpack and pulled out his Swiss Army knife. Then he opened the front door quietly and sneaked out to Aunt Gertrude's car. When he got there, he did the most terrible thing he had ever done. He slashed one of the tyres. Then he ran back into the house and found Kieran. "Kieran, we've got to go," Ben called up to him. "Go where?" Ben sighed. The old Kieran would never have asked so many questions. "Mrs. Gillespie's," Ben said in a low voice. "Why?" Kieran asked. "Because she invited us to tea, and it would be really rude if we didn't show up," Ben said. "Why didn't you say? I'll just change my shirt and give my shoes a quick polish." "No time," Ben said, pulling Kieran by the arm towards the gate. "We're already late, and you know how much Mrs. Gillespie hates tardiness." Kieran nodded and allowed Ben to shove him towards Mrs. Gillespie's. What's going on? Oh, it's exciting though, isn't it? Hopefully Mrs. Gillespie can help, because after our last book, Ninja Nan and Sidekick Grandad, we found out that Mrs. Gillespie is actually quite a nice lady, even though she can be a bit scary. So, yeah, join me again when we will read the next chapter of Ninja Nan Strikes Again by Annaliese Matheron. So I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.